Hey guys, I wanted to do a hair curling tutorial today. I've done some in the past, but my hair has gotten longer and I kind of do it a little differently. So let's get started. First of all, I use the wet brush. I've always used this. I use it to comb out my hair after taking a shower, and then I just use it when I need a hairbrush. So what I do is I kind of part my hair where it's half up, and I take the top part and I just put it up in like a little bun. And the reason I do this is I find it hard to get my hair curled the way that I want it if I do it without putting the top up first. So I do it, with the bottom layer, and then I do the top layer. So what I do is I start kind of in the back, and I grab one back piece. And they're pretty thick pieces too, so I try to do thick pieces because I don't want it to take forever to do my hair. Even though this does take probably about 10-15 minutes, I try to do the bigger pieces so that it doesn't take even longer than that, because I have really surprisingly thick hair. I have a lot of hair. That's what I meant to say. I have a lot of hair. Even though the strands themselves are like fine, I have so much hair. So it usually takes a long time to curl my hair. I'm always jealous of those people that can just use a curling iron and curl their hair in like 3 minutes. That's not me. So then a little trick that I've been doing is you take your hand and hold up that piece for about 5 to 10 seconds to really let it set in. And it's actually really hot, so sometimes it burns my hand, but it helps a lot in the overall look once I'm done. So then I just go and grab the next thick piece and leave out just about an inch on the end. Another trick is to have your curling iron turned up to the maximum heat. I know some people are scared of that. You definitely don't want to burn off a piece of your hair, but it's going to make it quicker if you have it turned up to the fastest heat, and it also gets through faster for people with thicker hair. So that feels hot. I'm going to let this one down, and then remember what I said, I'm going to grab it and kind of twist it up like this in my hand and then smush it to my scalp. You could also use bobby pins or like little clips if you wanted to clip these up and let them set for, the entirety of you doing your hair. The only problem with that, with my hair, is that the clips or bobby pins will leave an indentation in my hair, and then it just ends up looking funky. So I don't really do that. I just use my hand. So let's do this piece. We're getting close to the front now. The front pieces are the most important. So on the bottom layer and the top layer, you want to make sure those front pieces that are going to be framing your face look the best. So when we get to those, we'll hold them a little longer to our scalp. But for these pieces back here, as long as you have some sort of curl, that's really all that you need, especially on the bottom layer. Now we are to the last piece in the front. So we want to make sure this piece is really good. I'm going to leave out a little more there, and I'm going to leave the curling iron on just a little longer. If you're wondering what lipstick I'm wearing, this is Lip Sense Dark Pink. I use Lip Sense when I wear lipstick just because normal lipstick doesn't really stay on my lips very long. So I just use Lip Sense and can leave it on all day. And I don't sell it, so if you want it, you're going to have to get it from somebody that sells it. Okay, so on this front piece, I'm going to twist it, hold it to my scalp, and I'm going to hold it just a little bit longer. And like I said, it gets really hot, so you gotta hold it, and then you're gonna let it go. So I'm gonna speed through this part since you all have already seen the other side. on the bottom layer. So be back in just a second. Alright, we're back, and we're going to move to the top layer. I forgot in the beginning to even tell you what kind of curling iron that I use. So really you can use any barrel clip curling iron. I don't really like wands because they take too much time, in my opinion. It's just, you have to sit there and hold the piece out and you almost burn yourself and you have to slant your curling iron like this. I just don't deal with it. So I use an old school clip curling iron. This is a 1-inch barrel. And this is super old. I think I've had it like 5 or 6 years. I probably need to get a new one, but it works. So, and I have it turned to the coarse. So I have it turned to the highest level of heat. The brand is Gilbert de Paris, or de Paris. So now we're gonna move to the top layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take that bottom layer, and this I think helps out a lot too. I'm going to take that bottom layer and I'm going to twist it around in like a little bun. So what that's going to do is it's going to continue to set in the curl while I do the top layer. So then what I do is I take this one from the top, if I can get it out, and then I take it and just put it around the bottom. So it ends up looking like that. Okay, so now we move to the top layer, and like I was saying before, the top layer is the most important layer. So I give it a quick brush through on both sides, and then I split it down the middle in the back and push it forward. So we're going to do the same method as on the bottom, but we're just going to take a little more time and be a little more concentrated about it since this is the layer that matters. So same thing, just turn it, let it set in, and then we're going to twist it and hold it up to our scalp. And sometimes I use a heat protectant spray before I curl my hair, and then sometimes I don't. I wonder how those things work, and sometimes I think they probably don't work. So I honestly don't really notice a difference if I don't use it. So I hold it to my scalp and look at that curl. And my hair is getting longer. I guess letting my hair grow out. I'm over the bob short haircut that I've had for about 1.5 years. So I'm trying to let my hair grow out. I'm taking these Vitafusion hair, nails, and skin gummy vitamins that I really like, and it seems to be helping with the hair growth. So I'll link those below as well. You can get them at Target, Walmart, wherever. But I think that they're working. And I really like them because they're raspberry flavored and they taste really good and they're easy to take because they're gummy vitamins. I can't take anything that's not a gummy vitamin. So there's that piece. So my point to tell you about the I'm letting my hair grow out thing is I don't know if I'm going to continue to curl this method when it gets longer. I guess there's really no other way to curl your hair, but I used to use hot rollers when my hair was really long, so we'll see. But I'm ready for it to grow out of this awkward shoulder length phase. twist and press. And now we've gotten to the single most important piece of hair in our hair curling, which is this front piece. So I get this one really tight to my scalp. I leave out a longer tail and I keep it in just a little bit longer. And then I let it down, spiraling the curling iron and twisting it up. And now I'm going to do the other side. We're going to speed through that, and then I will see you in a second, and we're going to spray some texturizing spray. Now we are done, and what I'm going to do is take down the bottom, kind of tussle it up a little bit, and then I'm going to use the Oribe Après Beach spray, which is a wave and shine spray, but what I really use it for is a hairspray and a texturizing spray. It works really well for that. And that is it. That's how I curl my hair now, and I hope this has been helpful and that you've gotten some tips and tricks to use yourself. And stay tuned for more beauty videos. Bye!